Hi everyone, how's it going? It's Agnieszka from 5-Minute Language, and today I've got a really exciting video for you. But before I go into the details, let me just ask you one question. Are you enjoying my videos? If so, make sure you give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss similar videos in the future. Okay, are you ready to talk about how to sound more fluent? Well, let's get started. My first tip for sounding more fluent is basically using pre-prepared phrases. So what are pre-prepared phrases? They're basically phrases that you prepare before you actually have the conversation. So they're phrases that you're likely to use a lot during any conversation that you have. They can be phrases that you use to start a conversation, to finish a conversation, to express how you're feeling about something, to express that you're excited about something. They're the kind of generic phrases that many people use a lot, all the time, regardless of the situation. When you've got them ready before you start the conversation, you can always reach for them and you don't have to actually construct them in your head whilst you're talking, and that will give you some extra confidence and it will make you sound more fluent. My second tip is related to the first one, and it's basically about preparing your responses to common questions. So think about the types of questions that people might ask you when you're out and about, when you're having conversations. What kind of answers can you give them to these questions? And I know it sounds a bit weird, but there are a lot of questions actually that will come up over and over again, and you can really prepare some answers in advance. It's a bit like preparing for a TV interview or a job interview where you actually know, you can expect what they're going to ask you and you can prepare your answers in advance. And that again will give you some extra confidence and it will make you sound more fluent because you will have practiced those phrases, those answers in advance. My third tip relating to how to sound more fluent is to do with intonation. So many people think that if you want to sound more fluent, you should basically practice pronunciation, so pronouncing individual words correctly. But actually, sometimes it's easy to ignore the other very important aspect of fluency, which is intonation. And intonation sounds different in different languages. It's basically the melody of the language, how it goes up and down. So if you want to sound fluent, you really need to focus on intonation. How does it work in the language you're learning? Does it go up or down when you ask questions? How does it fluctuate when you just make an affirmative sentence or statement? It's probably going to be slightly different to how it works in your native language. So if you want to sound more fluent, practice that. My fourth tip is related to using fillers. Fillers are basically words that don't really mean anything on their own, but they're just words that people use between words in sentences. So for example, in English, a lot of people use the word like, which some people find annoying, but it's just a fact. A lot of people in English use this word. What I mean by that is not using the word like to talk about something that you like, but it's basically a filler word that you insert in a sentence. For example, I was watching a film and it was like interesting. A lot of people will say that, and you don't really need that word like there, but it's a filler that many people use in colloquial speech. And if you do use words like that, it will make you sound more fluent and more natural. And my final tip is related to body language. Body language, just like intonation, works differently in different languages and different cultures. So make sure that you focus on the culture of the language that you're studying as well. So which country are you interested in? Because obviously you might be studying French, and there are different cultures in different countries that speak French. For example, people speak French in Senegal and they speak French in France, but the cultures of the two countries are very different and people use different types of body language in each of them. So make sure that you learn about the culture of the country that you're interested in, and also that you watch maybe films from that country to kind of try to understand how people use body language in different situations. Body language is so important because it gives you a bit more confidence. When you move your body, when you speak, it gives you some extra confidence, and it also communicates certain things that language doesn't. And it does make you sound more fluent when you use it in the right way. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. I'll see you next time. Bye!